hour kind of sneak peek into her academy or whatever, and she gave little tips or on Instagram and what you can expect from it. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and do her academy, since that is the platform that I like the most and use the most.
Yes.
And since this is my business, like you said, I need to devote to learning more about how I can make it work.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And I just pushed record because I wanted everyone else to hear that what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's basically like taking ownership of our business. Like we say all day long, like we want this, we want this, we want this, but there are sacrifices that have to be made. And I posted, I think it was in our club, our Team Cup. I'm like, what the heck is this? In the Team Cup page of a video from Scotty Hobbs. And that's exactly what he was talking about. He was like, you say you want it. Are you willing to sacrifice what it takes? Because he's like, I didn't sleep. I mean, and I knew it was only a short time, and I didn't get breaks. I didn't, and he talked about how his wife and him tag team. So he literally was on daddy duty in the evening, and he's like, I didn't have, this is literally the amount of time I had. And it was an hour in the morning before work. It was at my lunch break, and then it was like 2.5 hours. And he said, and I kept pushing it and pushing it till I only had about 4 hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just the only option I had. So it's like you either want it or you don't. But I think there's something to be said in that, is that are we doing the right things during that time? Because I feel like for the last, for sure, full year after I quit Children's, I wasn't inviting enough. I wasn't being bold. I wasn't like putting myself out there. I was scared. I was like, here I am, like failing my family because I left this job, and now we're like praying to God everything's going to work out. And instead of being like, you invite, who cares how many no's you get? Like, I just wasn't. I let a lot of fear get in the way. And so now I'm like, I'm not fearful, and I will invite. But I also want to take ownership of my business and like learn what I'm missing. Like, what are some things I'm missing? And so I was saying that I'm doing the Facebook training, and Ashley is considering doing an Instagram training. So I would just say to everybody else who's going to be listening to this call, pick a platform and take ownership. Like, if you're going to throw up crap, then you're going to get back crap, and nobody's going to care. So we have to like be responsible with what we're putting out there. And it doesn't mean that it's hard. I mean, you can go on any successful page of the most successful people, and they're not doing a lot of like crazy different stuff. And you think, why are they so successful? Like, and Matt, my husband, will say this to me all the time. He's like, I don't know, because I've looked at these other pages, and like, you've been doing this for a couple of years. Like, there's nothing different. And I'm like, but there's something different. And I have not taken ownership of figuring out what's different. And I think a lot of it is just being raw and being authentic and being who I am. And like, I know this is going to sound crazy, and I had said this on another call, but I love me some Jesus, and y'all know that. But I'll be dang, I get a little mad. I get a little frustrated with myself and other people, and I may say a little curse word here and there. And that's me. Like, that's me. I'm passionate, and I am driven, and I'm like, I don't want any bullshit. Like, I'm serious. And I will even say that to my husband. And I'm like, like, that's me. I get passionate about what I believe in, and I go all in. And I feel like I've not been that raw. I've not been that real on a lot of my posts and a lot of my videos. And so that's another reason why I wanted to change my handle to the Medical Mama Makeovers, is I want to paint a big picture of like how I am and how we are in real life and working and doing, but still making a business happen, still making our fitness happen, and just being real and being authentic. And so even my mentor on Monday, she was like, if you want people who no BS people, then you better start putting that out there. Like, if you're going to sugarcoat stuff, you're going to get a lot of people who you have to convince to do what you do. But if you want real people, then you need to stand up and, like you said, Ashley, you said you were being a snob, like being a Shakeology snob and a Beachbody snob, because we have the best crap out there, like we do. And so I think that that's what she was saying. Like, if you want real people, then you better be real. Otherwise, you're going to get a bunch of fake, a bunch of, I don't have time for that. And I think for me and my business, I don't have very many that have been real. Like I haven't. And through challengers and coaches, like there is a very small hand-picked group that are that way. And they're here for a reason. Like Ashley, you're here for a reason. And I want more of you. And I know you want more of your kind of people on your team. But I think that comes with stepping up, like taking ownership and getting to the point where we're like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of, like I keep saying, I'm disgusted with spinning my wheels. Like there's something I'm missing. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to figure it out. And then I'm going to share it with y'all. And that's how I feel about this Facebook thing. Like I'm going to figure it out. Period. I figured everything else out. Why the heck can't I figure this out? So I'm going to figure it out and share that. And of course, Ashley, what you learned from, Instagram, anyone else who is ready to do an Instagram training, like you'll be able to, or go dive in, you'll be able to help them. And I think that's amazing. Because I still dabble in Instagram. I have not been consistent, and I beat myself up about it, but it's like, at the end of the day, like I can't be God. I mean, all this time I try to be like this to everybody, and I just can't. So I've let that one go, and I'll go on there every once in a while and update some stuff. And it's like I can't do it all. So, okay, so let's dive into getting our coaches started right, because I think this is truly a problem area for all of us. And I feel pretty confident about the plan that I have in place, but I need help because you guys are on the receiving end. And what I'm going to do is, once I get this plan done, I'm going to actually give all of you guys the plan. I'm going to literally attach you to the emails that I'm going to be sending, and I'm going to have you walk through it so that you know what I'm doing for my coaches. And then all you have to do is copy and paste, and done. So that's what we're going to talk about, is how are we going to make sure we're getting our coaches started right. And this was another thing, my life coach, because she's done network marketing, she knows like how this works. And so she was trying to be very clear on, what are you doing with the people you have? Are you hand holding them? Are you letting them spread their wings? What are you doing? And so we talked a little bit about this actually. So what my plan is in the Melissa May, or the Team May University Coach Basics, there is a template that she uses for all of her coaches, her new coaches. It's on I think it's day 16 or something like that. It's on down, because I kept saying, where is it? Because Amber told me it's there, I promise, just keep going. So I think it's around day 16. And she literally gives you the template for every email that she sends. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but she sends 7 emails. And what she does is she basically says, okay, at this point, this is what you should have done. And she tells them, you should have asked to join our team page. You should have gotten registration for the coach training. You should have started running a challenge group with me. You should, like, she literally goes step by step and tells them, this is what you should be doing as of today. And it's an auto email. So she uses a system and she sends them auto emails. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do with my automatic CEO access. So basically, in the very first email, she welcomes them to the team, and it's a video. So I think it's short. It's like 7 minutes or something. Very simple. And so what I'm going to challenge you all to do is watch the video, take your own notes of what you think is relevant for your people to know, and you just put a video in there. And then the bottom of it's just a few little other words. It's no big deal, but that's like email 1.
Okay.
And then the rest of the emails are not video. They're all just words. And it's simple. It's literally a recap of, okay, this is week 3 of email 3 of 7. As of now, you should have done this, 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 and this. Your next steps are this. Like, it is just so simple. So we're doing the emails. No question about it. It's obviously building her a multi-million-dollar business, and it's simple and it works. So we're going to do the emails. And of course, she suggests that we do that in the training. So what I was thinking is that I think that, yes, they need to be getting these emails, but there has to be a call to action on their part up front. Like, we need to have them listen to the welcome video and do a couple of things, like print out your new coach planner or do something, and then say, when you're ready to do the getting started right call, respond to this email or text me, like something. And I don't really know what that is, what that needs to be. So this is where I need help with, like, I'm just thinking, okay, I'm overwhelmed. I just got this email that says you're a coach, and I'm kind of like dumbfounded, like, that I even did this, and what the heck am I thinking? And like, I'm just trying to think of, like, when new people sign up, they're scared, they're like, so but I want to know, we want to know who's serious, right? Like, we want to know who to spend time with. And that was a big thing in Melissa, and I've listened to several calls recently, and even my life coach, she was like, sister, you have to put the ball in their court, and then if they're not ready, don't waste your time on them. Don't waste time. Why? Because it sucks energy out of you, and it makes you feel defeated, and then you're scared to move on. You're scared to move on to the next coach because you've already felt like you fell from the beginning. And they're like that, and that's not the case at all. They're just not ready. And we have to be like, all right, check, move on. Like, we've got to have something in our head that says, okay, I hadn't heard from her in a week, move on. Like, we got to figure that out. So what do you think? Like, do you think we need to, I just don't know what specifically to say. And I'm going to, while you're thinking, I'm going to pull up that first email so that you can see it.
Okay. So basically, we would do some type of call to action, and then when they say, yes, I'm ready to move on, go ahead and schedule the getting started right call, and start with the email number 2 and email number 3 and whatever. So until they say they're ready, hold off on sending the daily emails.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because there's no point of sending them, because what'll happen is it'll all get stockpiled, and then they'll really feel overwhelmed because they haven't done anything.
I know.
They haven't done step 1 yet.
Well, I'm like certain that she just sends everything regardless of what they do, because for her, she thinks, well, they have everything they need. And then when they're ready, they can take their own time and go back through each of the emails. Because I think, and probably the reason she does that is because she signs like several coaches a week. And so she can't like keep track of who says they're ready, who says they're not ready, because she has an admin that does all of this for her. So I'm just thinking, like, is that still hand holding them to say, well, they're not ready yet? If we just don't just roll with it, like, you signed up as a coach, then here we go. And then you have everything you need. And when you're ready, then I can kindly say, you got 7 emails. So just start working through the emails. Like, I know, I don't know how to. Okay. I'm going to have you read, but I'm going to pull it up. Let me just email it to myself so that I can pull it up here on the screen. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can screen share. Okay, can you see this, Ashley?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is what will happen. This is her first email. It's just a welcome. We're so excited that you're here. Please watch this 4-minute video.
Okay.
And then it says you will be getting a series of emails in the next several days to help you get started. Please keep them for reference and make sure you add me to your contact list so that you get them all.
Oh, okay.
First of all, you'll have everything you need on Beachbody On Demand, Team Beachbody homepage. First places you'll need to go. Team page on Facebook. Website, so it gives them their websites. BB links, which all these things are like what we use. And then that's it. That's your first email.
Okay.
So, and they're all like that. Every one of them are like short, sweet, like this.
Which I like, because when you're a new coach, it's like what I do, what I need to do first. But it's right there. If you do these things that I tell you to do within 7 days worth of emails, then you'll be ready to get going.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the next one is them getting them in Coach Basics. And she actually is referencing the training in the online back office.
Mm-hmm.
She's not even referencing her own training, but I think that's because maybe they hadn't done it yet. I'm like, I don't know why this has to be old, which it's not. It just came from the training. I did this like 2 weeks ago. So, but anyway, so the second email is literally it says, hopefully by now. I want to send this whole thing. Well, of course, it's not going to let me do it for some stinking reason. Here we go. I can do it this way. Okay. Okay, so basically, I think that we just need to make sure that it doesn't really say in here, it just says, make sure you join the team page and please be on the lookout for more emails coming from me. It doesn't say anything about getting started right call.
Or if she does that.
Yeah, it does not. And I need, I should ask Amber if she does.
I wonder, maybe they do it at the end of all the emails, like on that final email, once everything has been completed, contact me to schedule your getting started right call.
Yeah, let me look.
I think the frustrating part is you want them to be on your time. And so it's like by the end of this month that, or maybe you should just schedule. I almost want to schedule a getting started right call before they even start. So at least they have a deadline. Like I need to have all this stuff done.
That is a great idea.
I call, I'm ready to go. Because if you put the ball in their court, it's like 3 months before they'll schedule the getting.
Yep.
Like there needs to be some type of push.
Yes.
At least one push.
Yes.
If they don't do that one push, it's like, okay, adios, next.
Yep.
Coach. But I almost feel like we have to give them a date.
I absolutely love that.
You're getting started right call with me to be on this date. Or I don't know how to word that, but just to kind of give them a deadline.
Yep, I absolutely love that. And I'm even looking at her last email and it doesn't say, it just says we've covered a lot. If you've missed anything, please go back through the email and complete all the actions. She just says, so email number 2, let me just kind of walk through. Email number 2 is where to get started in the training. We just saw that one. The third email is great info on inviting. So it's just how to gives you info on how to invite.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it recaps everything. like, um, but you'll have to go through and individually look at everything in these emails, and of course change them to go towards for us. But my goal, so right now on my website, there's a coach tab. And I think at some point, we all need to go. I need to take us all on a team call and go in there, and we all need to decide what needs to be available to everybody. Because that way you all can send them over to my stuff until y'all are ready. Because I just feel like we need some sort of centralized place to find documents. Like even Amber had asked me about the challenge group posts, and I'm like, well, we know, like, if you've been consistently running them, you'll know where to find that, but a new coach isn't going to know. Or maybe like one of my new coaches posts where to find that. Well, now if it's if it's on my website, then we could just say everything's under the challenge group tab. Like everything's underneath there. So I don't know what you think about that, but she references her team page on Facebook a lot. And she says, you'll find this document there. You'll find this document there. So I don't know if we want to just continue to use our team page files. There's so many in there. So I don't know. I don't know how to handle that.
Right. And there's no way you could separate those files into like folders, right? You kind of just have to scroll.
I'm pretty positive. I don't think there's a way. I don't know how to do that, if there is. Because even if we, so if I go into our team page, and I go over here to info, and I go over here to files. I don't see any way. Maybe on the desktop. Let me try that. Let's see here.
No, I don't think so. But even looking at her files section on the made files, I mean, it's not like she has any organization to her stuff. It's just like you. I mean, you've posted things that have helped, and it's there. You just have to look for it, type of deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like what she did here.
Yeah.
So I say whatever's convenient for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we have so much stuff in here, and maybe that I could update it, maybe just frequently update, because I do think that I have gotten a few new post plans just because I'm learning just like y'all, and I'm continually trying to improve, and so I'm sure I'm using something that's not in there because I just
on the uploads you could put like 2017, like whatever the new stuff is or the most important stuff that people usually look for, just put 2017, so that way it will kind of weed out all the other stuff, because I still will hop on and use stuff that Crystal's added on, or there's still really good stuff that I hate to go away.
Yeah, absolutely agree. So that's a good idea. And I think the great thing about this is that anybody and everybody can upload. So if they found something that was helpful to them, upload it and put a date on it, like you said, 2016 posting plan, whatever. Nope. So I think that's probably the easiest thing to do, and the thing that makes the most sense, because we're telling them to go onto the team page, and then if I give them another location to find documents, I think that's, and I will tell you, like, Melissa is completely hands off, and I think I've mentioned that before. Like, she is like, if you want to learn how to do the business, learn how to do the business. Like, you have everything you need. I'm giving you step by step, and it's going to seem hard and it's going to seem overwhelming, but you have to learn how to do it. Like, and the way I do it is not the same way that's going to work for you. And so she's always been fairly hands-off, and that's what Amber would say. She didn't give them anything different than anybody else. And I think that someone like me has gone overboard and trying to make sure there's enough of this and everything of this, and I have not let everybody spread and learn, sink or swim. And if you want to learn it, you're going to swim. It's so I think what we need to do first off is maybe we can, when we sign a coach and they're like ready, maybe we can give them 30 days and just say, I want to schedule a call with you in 30 days. Is this date good? I need you to give, like, I'm putting it in my calendar. And then, of course, they're not going to be done with everything in 30 days, but it's on the calendar. We can remind them about that. And then from there, they'll just get all the emails. And I think maybe, so let's do this. In the very first email, we want to include your getting started right call is on blank.
Yeah.
I have scheduled it. Something like, please, I don't know, like, respond to this email that it's on your calendar too. I just want them to know we're serious. I don't know how to word that.
I think just doing that, saying your getting scheduled right call is scheduled on this date. Please add to your calendar. I don't even think they need to reply back in
Yeah.
unless for some reason that date just won't work. Please reply back if this date is not great for you so we can reschedule. But at least that's kind of like here, this is your date. Get it done by this time. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Let me know if this date is not, doesn't match your schedule or whatever the case may be.
And that should flow from her email, because what we can say is your getting started right call is on this date. And from there, these are the things that you should have gotten done. Because basically, I feel like they just need to have gone through the emails, gone through everything on that, and then in 30 days. That doesn't mean they have to have completed the coach basics. That just means they need to have finished the 7-day emails, and we just need to touch base on where they're at.
Okay, yeah.
Is that what you think too?
Yeah. And the one that you sent to Denise, didn't she have to fill in like a Google Doc that talked about like her goals and what she wants out of this business and all of that? Does Melissa have that at all? Like, because that's basically what you are using to kind of navigate through your getting started right call. So,
yep.
Or maybe we don't do the Google Doc, and then that's just something that we ask them face to face.
Yeah, I think a lot of people on their getting started right call, that is what they personally ask. They basically just have that form in front of them, and they just say, okay, let's get real. Like, what do you want out of this? What can we help? Yeah, I think that I'm almost certain that that's what a lot of people are doing on their getting started right call. So then we're gonna step one is that we're gonna tell them when their call is, and then we're gonna just we're gonna do those emails.
The emails, right?
And then at their getting started right call, we're gonna discuss progress, discuss personal fitness, business goals. And schedule, I think this is where we need to schedule a challenge group partnership, or whatever we want to call it. Like, at that point, they should have been in our current challenge group. And then now the next step is for them to invite people to, like, you partner together with one.
Okay.
And that should be it. Because I know anybody that I onboard who wants to do coaching, like, it should be streamlined, because they should be in a challenge group. They should be eager to kind of want to learn. So they're just going through these steps at their own pace. And then by the time the second month into being a coach, they already know how to run the challenge group. So then we're just partnering with, or how it works. And so then we're just partnering them. We're giving them a coaching plan, like the posting plan. And we're saying, okay, now let's add some people to the group. Let's do this together. And then it just should literally be like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
So does that sound simple? I mean, does that sound like, is it overwhelming or?
I like the bullet point emails.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I like it.
Okay. So with Tamika,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of like, okay, that's your newest coach. So how could you get all of this stuff to her? Because I feel like there's a system out there that you don't have to pay for, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Because I know we just started paying for that automatic CEO because that's what any any leads that I get, Matthew automatically uploads them into that system every Thursday. And so they start getting emails from me. Have I gotten like a coach from that? No. Like I don't know that it works or anything. But I try to personalize the email and like, but from
Is
one.
it where your free people go to? Like if you offer some type of freemium, is that where you're putting them as well? Your email list is all from Automatic CEO. Is that where all your stuff?
No, he's doing the premium stuff with my website on the website.
Okay.
So it's separate. And we've debated, like, why do we have to have a separate thing? But he says because if you attach your freemium to, well, if you're using the program that you're using for the freemium is where the emails go to. And so apparently that's whatever my website, I always forget the name of it, WordPress.
Uh-huh.
Apparently you can do opt-ins through there and your freemiums through there. And so that's where those will upload to, all those
Okay.
emails.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I just need to go through the get to that part in Coach Basics and copy her daily schedule thing.
Yep.
I have one coach, so technically I can just shoot out the emails daily to her.
Yeah.
This go around, and then from there, just figure out about the auto email.
Yeah, the automatic. And I'll ask Matthew tonight if he knows of a system that you can do that with and have them scheduled. Other than the ones that we're the automatic CEO for sure, and then if WordPress, because if you already have an email, if you already have a program that can retrieve emails and file them for you,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm thinking that it may work on WordPress too. But yeah, I'll ask him. But yeah, absolutely get on the, I believe it's day 16 of the training, and it doesn't say it on here. Otherwise, I would tell you what it is. And then, yeah, so I think that's, the only thing that I didn't see in this, and this is another thing I wanted to know from y'all, is there's no attachments. So there's no like coach planner. There's no, like I have a new coach planner that I uploaded that's really cool that you just, it basically helps organize you up front. And I do think that there's some value in providing that. And, I always send a welcome packet to everybody.
I was wondering, are you still doing that then?
Yes, I definitely will send a welcome packet. And my goal at some point is to get the new coach planner and the new challenge group, the challenge, what is it called? The daily challenge tracker. I guess it's not the tracker. I don't even know what I did with it. That planner. I guess it's a challenger planner, that newer one. I want to customize that completely and get them bound.
Yeah. So you just already have them ready,
and then that's their gift. Like that's an amazing gift. Everybody would love that. And even our challengers, like I feel like the cost of that, I think it would be cheaper than giving somebody 10% back, like if you're running a promotion or whatever. So it may not be, and that may be dumb in my mind, but I'm just thinking that is like that I feel like anybody would feel very special if they receive something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes it
So
really convenient.
yeah, and so that's my hope. That literally, it's on. I'm like, it's going to happen at some point. I just need to get it customized. So I think I'm going to have to outsource it to Fiverr, to someone, to get them to do it for me. And then once that's done, then this will, So, anyways, I want to make sure that there's no what we want to send to our people to help them be organized up front. And I'm still sending my binder with a folder with a blank notebook and a pen, basically. And then just I'm including our vision as a team. And that's kind of it. But the reason I didn't send anything else is because I put them in the email. And so I said, like, if you want these, print them off. So I don't want to send them too much because there are so many coaches that have done nothing with the money in the packets that I've made, like tons of people. And so it is kind of a waste of time to print off stuff for people. So I don't know if in the first email we want to just attach any particular files, and if we do, what would be the most helpful?
I don't know I don't think we should attach them in the first email. I feel like
Okay.
it's very overwhelming. Yeah, I don't want to ruin the simplicity of what she's got going on, because obviously it's worked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that.
Well, I know that in the inviting email, we could easily put our tracking sheets, like give them to the business activity tracker and then whatever tracker we're using, and just say, please print these out. They were helpful for us when we first got started with inviting. So definitely we can put that one. And that email is, let me just look at that real quick. That one is email 3. So we need to attach a tracker. And then email 4 is ready for more motivation and resources. And this is where she gives like National Wake Up Call, Platinum Presenters website. I just don't want them to get too far in the training and be like, oh, well, that coach planner would have been nice on day 1.
I need to look back through that coach planner and see what's on there. So you're thinking of attaching the coach planner instead of printing it out and sending it to them?
Yeah.
So the only thing you print and send would be that welcome packet that you made time ago. That's the only thing you would print and send.
Yeah, basically just the basic stuff. Let me look and see what I put on Denise's email. Well, where is it? There it is. Okay, so here's what I sent her. Please fill out the form, print your new coach checklist and new coach planner. And then the rest of this stuff is things that she already has. Like, well, I just put, the trainings. So I think I may add these to my email that I send people, because she just did a few. So I put like when our team call is, I put a few podcasts that I would recommend listening to. And then that's it. That's all that I was sending them now.
Okay.
So it's pretty simple. So I feel like on the very first email, I might go ahead and say, please do these 3 things. Well, no, we were going to, that about me form, we're going to actually go through that with them.
On the call.
Yes, on the call, which I like much better. And then I will just say, please print your new coach checklist and print your new coach planner. And then the new coach planner, let's just take a look really fast.
I forgot. I know we had a lot of neat little things.
Whoa, sorry. So here's a little checklist. Get organized.
So is that checklist the same as the other checklist that you attached, or the other checklist is different?
It's different.
Right? I feel like that's the part that kind of gets confusing, because you have a checklist in the email and you have this new coach planner checklist.
Yeah, I think that we can just take out the not send this other one. Let me just show you it. It's pretty detailed.
Is it?
And so I do feel like, I think it's nice to kind of like know what you need to be doing, but pick a personal development, browse the coach, change your EFT. I mean, there's some important things on it. Publicly announce that you're a coach and let me help you with that. National wake up call. I mean, there's a lot, and this could be very overwhelming, but the only issue is like, I guess we're, I think because we've not gotten a lot of coaches, it's hard to not want detail, because that's how we don't want to leave stuff out. But at the same time, I think we're so scared to not give them detail, because then what if they don't do the work, or what if they don't do things? I don't know. It's like a very fine line, because of, I think, where we're at in the business. Like, we just haven't had masses come in and say, they either get it or they don't. They'll figure it out. They'll ask about the Success Club trip. If they're on the National Wake Up Call, they'll mention it, and then they'll ask us about it.
Right. And I mean, you didn't send me these checklists when I joined you. You told me about the basics, and then over time, like, things popped up and I had questions.
Yes.
This 30-day checklist, it's awesome, but at the same time, it's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is overwhelming too. So I think that we can just do the planner, because it's got some really cool things.
Yeah. Do they have this set up EFT on this one? This coach?
Let me see. Active on Shakeology, create your profile, of course, be product of the product, get organized, bookmark coaching codes, book your phone call, log in. Oh, there it is, EFT.
Yeah, okay. Then I would say just use that checklist.
Yep.
It's pretty simple.
Yep.
And I'll just have to print out the other detailed one, and maybe just keep a little file section for my coaches and kind of check off things on my own time.
Yeah. Nope, I mean, because it just has some really cool things on it that I still think can be overwhelming, but at least they'll have it. And I just think, man, when I got started, I just wish, and see, I even included, there's their list of 100, and I included my power of 5 in there.
Right, because I think on one of Melissa's initial ones, she's like, list all the people that come to your head.
Yep.
There's your list that you can write them on. It's right there.
Yep, it's already there. So, okay, there we have it. So in email 1, we're going to attach the coach planner. And let's see, email 2 was talking about where to get training. So there's really no attachments there, other than I may include those few like podcasts that I listen to or something. Anything that you find helpful. And then email 5 is about Shakeology. Email 6 is how you define success. But you'll be able to look at all those too.
Okay.
And then if there's anything that jumps out at you that says, okay, we need to include this or whatever, just let me know. But my goal, I've got to get these emails done and ready to roll too. So I'll be going through them individually.
And are you sending these to your discount people or just the people that are doing the business?
So that's a great question, because I feel like we don't need to set up the discount people.
Yeah.
But at some point we have to have that conversation. Like, I think what I'm thinking we could do is that every time we sign a new coach or every month, we go back to those discount people and say, I'm sending out emails for all the new coaches. I don't want to leave you out, just in case something sparks your interest, and I can set you up and to get the emails. I don't know, I listened to one of the calls. So the other really awesome thing about this Coach Basics has been these videos. Like, I've listened to several of them, and I've done the same thing with you, like, oh, do I have to go through these, But man, these videos are on point. And Micah Folsom, on one of her videos, she was like, don't expect your discount coaches to give a crap about any of it. And you're going to scare them if you hold them to a certain standard or you include them in all these things. But she's like, but they need to be present. Like, they need to still be involved some way. And honestly, I can't remember what she said. So when you get to that video, remember I said Micah talked about this specifically, and remind me what she does with that, because I can't. She was very, very specific with this topic about what she does with those people. And a lot of it was, you can't expect them to do any of it. And a lot of us feel like, well, nobody's wanting to do stuff. Well, what did they sign up for? Did they sign up to do the business, or did they sign up to the discount? Because if you're expecting someone to like miraculously switch over or want to be involved, they're not going to, because that's not what they signed up for. So it's true too. That whole thing's true. So that was a good question. So we just got to figure out what she's suggesting and just think about what we should do. Because like, I feel like this new coach that I have needs to be involved, because she just needs to know what the heck it is we're doing. Like, I think she would love it. But I also know that it's so overwhelming just to start in a challenge that I don't want to be like, oh, come do this and this and this and this. And like, I mean, like, it's scary. And, so there's a fine line, and I don't know how to master that one yet. Oh, but okay. Well, I think that's it. I think that's all. But my goal is to get all of this done and get you guys set up on my autoresponder by the end of the month, so that you can see what I'm doing. And then you can take, leave, modify, whatever, because the stuff that I modify is our team specific stuff. So it will all be the same for you. And you obviously, y'all should change it up for whatever you want. But I'm going to take her emails. Matthew's already uploaded them to the automatic CEO. I just have to go through each individual one and change it up how I want it. So
okay.
Shouldn't take long. I just got to do it. All right. Anything else? Any other questions? Stop screen share. I don't know how to stop the screen share. Oh, wait. Stop share. There we go. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you're back to work tomorrow, right?
In the morning.
Oh, man. So why did you end up working the